What's up, you guys? Welcome. I know y'all can't smell this candle. I don't know why I always like to bring it close to the camera as if you can. But, yeah, welcome back to Energy. So we're going to go ahead and clear the energy. Really did not feel like doing a reading. I haven't felt like doing a reading for the past 3 days. But Spirit keeps waking me up and won't let me go to sleep. And I mean that literally and figuratively. So, yeah. Let's just go ahead and do a brief general reading and cleanse out the energy, and any energy that is not of the Most High cannot remain. It must leave immediately. I don't think y'all can even see the smoke. There you go. For the purposes of this reading, I really want the light off, but I'm going to go ahead and finish the Palo Santo first. I want you guys to at least be able to enjoy the holy smoke visually. And then we'll get started with the cards and just see whatever spirit wants to be known by you will be known by you in perfect timing. That'll give us a little extra light. Alright, you guys, all praise to the Most High. Trust your intuition over mine. Let's see. Oh, it's, we've been up since 4 in the morning, so, you know, mom duty may call me. We'll see. I can hear him whining. But, no worries. Alright. Anything that is not of God, that is not of the Most High, that is not of the divine white light, any energy that is not of the highest frequency of both me and my child and my collective within this reading must leave. What are the messages? What's going on? Shorty pressure. Okay, that reading is already out. For some of you, you may need to drop by my page, and there's a reading, and it says, Shorty, you pressure. That's for you. There is a message there for you. Okay, you got what someone wants, and you got what someone needs. Now, for some of you, this is not a sexual innuendo. This is actually about information. This is the High Priestess card. So someone sees you as powerful. They see you as someone who is very knowledgeable, possibly of the occult, which just means you are very well versed and intelligent in the things that go unseen. The unseen things that make up reality. Like without it, there would be no reality. So they're very well versed and excuse me, educated and experienced with thoughts, thought patterns, the mind, with emotions, emotional triggers, behaviors, the heart, intentions, the sixth sense, the spiritual realm. All right, so someone wants to know what's going on in the spiritual realm here. There's a King of Swords in reverse. Someone is confused. Excuse me. There's someone who is confused, someone who is moving irrationally, or they seem to be irrational, cold, or in a place of power, which this person views as turning them into a victim. So they feel victimized. Somebody feels victimized by someone who they feel can see all things, or someone. So this could even be somebody who feels victimized by God, or people who carry a godly presence, or people who are well versed in the occult, like a high priest or a high priestess. There are certain things that people who have not awakened those type of abilities, the third eye, and who have not conquered, excuse me, the turbulent times of the mind and the heart. Like you literally have to go through work to conquer your mind and to conquer your emotional space and to solidify that confidently, okay, to like trust your gut on things. There's somebody who's used to like being able to I guess pretty much not have to deal with people like that. So they could have dealt with like a lot of spiritual people, but they were not very aware, or excuse me, or they tended with the high priestess energy possibly to not be very grounded. So maybe there are things that they catch, or there are things that they see, but because of their high vibrational essence, they tend to always release these things, let go of these things, let go of what they know, you know, pretty much accept things at face value, or give the benefit of the doubt, always wanting to turn the other cheek or think the best of someone. But we have someone here who has went cold to that type of dynamic. So this is someone who I feel has realized that they were like the center of manipulation, and they felt that they were being manipulated by possibly an air sign. Now this person could be an Aquarius with the high priestess, excuse me, a Cancer or a Pisces, possibly. Um, and this person has awakened to the ways in which they've been manipulated by somebody, King of Swords in reverse. So there's somebody, excuse me, what is going on with my third chakra? Can can I speak? Let me talk to him. King of Swords in reverse, a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra has lied about something that's going on within a home, or something that's going on with a home, or something that went on with a home, or a marriage, or a family dynamic. So there's someone who's been living under a lie, but this eye, they have this eye. I want to say like this all-seeing eye. um, I want to say like this all-seeing eye with the high priestess. It's just something that you're able to see, something that you're aware of. There's something here that is crumbling, or something that is falling, something that is failing, and someone wants this to not be known. I feel as if someone wants you to shut up. If you're a high priestess, you could be a reader. Someone wants to shut you up. We have the strength here: strength, bravery, confidence, courage, focus. Okay, so somebody is extremely focused. Someone is extremely brave. Someone is pretty much a leader, or in a very powerful position currently. This could be the person that they're seeing. Okay, they could be dealing with a Leo. They feel like this person is abusing their power or their authority because of the things that they can see, and because of the things that they know. This person could feel at their mercy in some way here. We also have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Productivity, release, regaining awareness, freedom, survivor, self-limiting beliefs, and hopeful. Um, You know what's funny here? There's somebody who is creating themselves to be a victim, but I feel like the person that they feel victimized by is actually the person who is setting an example on how to get out of this. So this could be a situation where literally you guys have been like in a house of mirrors. Okay, you have like literally met your shadow. That's kind of like meeting your alter ego. Okay. Um, so to understand, to get clarity, to become stable, to solidify your crown, to pretty much maintain your confidence and around with an individual like this is what will keep you from ever having to go through that again. So this person was meant for your ascension. And I feel like if you're the Leo, you ascended. But this may be a Gemini that you're dealing with dominantly, the Eight of Swords in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse. Could be a Gemini male. This person stands to learn a lesson from you, but currently they feel victimized by your liberation. So you have liberated yourself from them, but for them, this is causing them some kind of like loss of power or loss of control that has put them into a spiral where they feel as if you have this power or authority over them. Okay, so somebody's like, it's their mind, okay? It's their mind. They feel tamed by you. They feel tamed by you. We have the Chariot in reverse. This is okay, so the High Priestess, someone wants to end your reign. Someone feels, I was saying, like, you could be very, like, I don't know, your insight, your awareness, your clarity is powerful. And someone wants to derail that. You could be doing what you feel called to do. This could be your path, a chosen path for you. It could actually make a lot of things in your life that seem like they were just excess things you had to go through. Nobody should have to go through this, but actually this High Priestess, however you're carrying out this High Priest or High Priestess energy, all of you are not going to be tarot readers or energy workers. All of you are not going to have platforms. You know, all of you will not become religious leaders or anything of that sort. Some of you will just be very intuitive beings, and you will use your intuition in ways to help you to manifest things into your life, to take control of your life. That will be the way that you dominantly control things, or use your power to advance your life. Okay, so it could be on a personal level, but it just makes everything make sense. Okay, it no longer feels crazy. It no longer feels burdening or like it's too much for you. Okay, so you have found like your path. You found your path. You found your calling. It feels like you found inner peace with who you are and with who you've been and what you've been through and why. Okay, so something in your life is very meaningful. But this is with the Chariot, it's like you have onlookers that want to disrupt this. And it is because of how they feel and what they don't know, what they can't see. So someone views you as being able to see things that they can't see. They could fear that they have a blind spot here, something that you're able to be aware of and that you're able to be in control of, because the person with the most information is the person that has control. So someone's counting on your level of information or your awareness to keep you in a seat of power. Like, I feel like somebody wants that for you. This could be someone who has known you for a very long time and is aware of you. This person who feels abused by you feels like you have always been able to maintain control over the dynamics. This person viewed you as someone who was like beyond your years or before your time. They viewed you as more mature than them or able to see more. Okay. This is always someone who felt that you were able to see through them. The way that they tended to be trusted by you or to be seen in a good light by you is that they would turn themselves into someone who, like, pretty much they would bring their inner child out for you. Even if they were just mimicking it. Okay, innocent, playful, carefree, childlike, joyous, comforting. Okay, they saw you as someone who has some kind of authority, who was able to see things that they couldn't see. They felt as if you could be like the opposite of them, actually. So they may have really gravitated towards and respected you for the qualities that you possess that they actually felt that they didn't. But at somewhere it became abusive. Like this person started to resent the very qualities about you that they love so much. Okay, so it wasn't an unconditional appreciation. It was pretty much like an appreciation as long as what you receive or what you knew did not turn you against them. But at some point, your intuition must have made you move out of character or out of sync with what this person was intending for you. So this is actually someone who likes to be controlling. So their issue is that they can't control you. Yeah, we have the Three of Cups. So I don't know what they're hiding here or why this is, why this is information they don't want you to be aware of. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse, if they lost a job, if they've lost a home, or if there is a family or a connection here that is being broken down, a relationship that is being broken down. But there is a fear that the breakdown of one thing is naturally going to result in the coming together of something else. Okay, with the Three of Cups, they feel like this would be a time period of celebration for you. They feel like you would be happy and excited, okay, of this news. Like this is a bad time period for someone, and they feel, or their fear is that you would rejoice if you were to know that what they were going through. Like if you were to know how they were feeling, what was really going on with them internally, if you were to be aware of this mental conflict, which I feel like with the High Priestess leading the reading, you do know. You are aware. But you could have been guided away from this issue. Like this is not your issue. It's not your issue to solve. It's not your issue to get into. You may have wanted no part of it. This person's fear of you and their desire to kind of push you into this space where, because the Six of Cups energy, that innocent, playful, childlike energy is great and everything. But the truth of it is, this is an adult reading. So if you're playing like a child and you are being, sweet and kind and mild and people pleasing and nice and all of these things, a little rebellious, but, pretty carefree, you're never adulting. And adulting is where we face reality and we move accordingly. So it makes you a prey to people who like to mentally or emotionally manipulate. So this person is not able to mentally and emotionally manipulate you, but I feel like they used to be able to. So that means that the clarity that you hold, you're now holding on to it, and you are becoming this force that they cannot reckon. Like you're forced to be reckoned with, but this person can't have a reckoning on you. This is someone who I feel wants to exact some kind of reckoning on you, mentally. They want to shift your perspective. This could be someone that is prone to gaslighting or trying to change scenarios and situations to get you to buy a different storyline or to change your narrative, to change your mind. A changed mind is a changed life. That's a lot of power to give over to someone else. So I feel as if this person has been trying to hide something from you, which it doesn't look like you are interested in, and you've actually been guided away from it. But anyway, there's this fear that exists, okay, about you coming into awareness of something that I guess they feel will be beneficial for you. The Three of Cups is also about harmonizing, okay? It's harmonizing. This information or this event could be like, like that missing puzzle piece that I was talking about, where everything seemed a little scattered and unsure until this piece comes in and it creates certainty. So this person is afraid of like the final nail being put in a coffin, or you solidly standing on some kind of clarity. Now it feels to me like you're already there, because we have the Strength card. This is about confidence. This is about bravery. This is just belief within yourself. Okay, you just have a lot of belief in yourself, a lot of confidence in self-confidence, self-assurance. You have a strong mind, a strong heart. Your energy is pure. It's influential, but it's also tame. So you're not even somebody that, you could be someone that's very powerful, but you do not use your power to manipulate. You do not use your power to manipulate. This person could be stuck in this confusion because that's the difference that they don't see in you. Their intention is to possess certain qualities in order to be able to dominate and control. It feels as if your motive is more so to be able to dominate and control yourself or your life. Okay, it's a personal journey that you're on. This person is focused outward. So anyway, this person was an obstacle to you, and now they feel like you're an obstacle to them. They feel like they're an obstacle that you are getting over. Yeah. Someone does not feel like they're an obstacle to you anymore, but they do see you as a major obstacle to something that they're trying to accomplish, or something they're trying to get out of, or something that they want to do. We have Strength, and we have the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio energy here. Ooh, the Chariot, the Six of Cups, the Three of Cups, the King of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, strong water and water sign energy. Yeah, you're very emotionally sound, but you could be keeping your emotions to yourself right now with the King of Cups. So this would be a lack, because this person is a King of Swords. You're the High Priestess. No one has to tell you how they're feeling for you to be able to sense. Like I said, you have the sixth sense. You have the gift of sixth sense, and you probably have like some clairs, okay? Clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant, things of that sort. You have abilities. So you would be more prone to be able to read a room than this person would be without someone saying something or having knowledge prior to entering that room. This person operates and moves off of logic and like rational responses. It's acquired wisdom. So it's, it's man-made knowledge. You, on the other hand, you may have some man-made knowledge, maybe not even as much as this person. This person actually could be a lot more intelligent than you when it comes to like books and things like that. But with the High Priestess, your awareness, your experience, your maturity level, your instincts, both primal and spiritual, are refined. Okay, so you both are probably like equally smart, but in different ways. And this person views your way to be superior. Okay, so they feel like you have the upper hand. They also feel like you are withholding certain information about how you feel, and this is also what is keeping you in control of a certain dynamic. So withholding information, again, this could be something that you have acquired from this person. Yeah, they're like attacking you to try to get this information out of you. They're attacking you. They want to know where you are emotionally. This person wants to break down your boundaries. The King of Cups, you may be very emotionally sound. This person feels as if you should have, either you should be, they're trying to read something, but you're not giving them enough data. Okay, either you should be excited with the Three of Cups, and this would give them information and clarity. I feel like they're trying to figure out how you're going to maneuver something or move around something. The Knight of Swords is like a savior energy, but it could also be like an attack. Okay, like someone is strategically trying to plan a mental or an emotional attack on you, but it's not working because they're not getting enough information. So if you were celebrating, they would know where to center that attack, or they would know how to strategically come at you to break that down or to break you down. Again, this person's intention is to break down your boundaries. The other would be if you were to be maybe like angry or out of sorts, to be confused, or yeah, something like that. But they're not getting that either. They're not getting mental confusion. They're not getting anger. They're not, this person has been able to read you basically mostly off of your emotions. But now you don't seem to be as emotionally responsive. You're not reacting from an emotional space. They can't gauge or predict the outcome of something. You have like mastered the art of unbothered awareness. That's really what the King of Cups represents, and it's in the upright. So you have mastered the art of unbothered awareness. This person knows that you know what you know, you see what you see, you feel how you feel, you're confident, you're standing on it, and they no longer have a way in to break you down. So this is breaking down someone's ego. This is also breaking down someone's perception of reality. This could be like a major, like, mental breakdown here. It actually could be breaking them out of the matrix, where this person had more of a mentality where every situation, there was never any equality. It always had to be that somebody would be above the other. Like there will always be someone in control, and there will be someone who was in service to the person in control. Kind of like a master-slave dynamic. Somebody's mind sees life that way. Like if they're not in control or they don't dominate you, then you're going to dominate them. So this is what is playing out, because this is how this is all that this person believes. They do not believe in equality. But I feel like you do, because with the Three of Cups, that's their fear. So there could be another person here. This could have to be like a third party situation, where this person is aware that you could be uniting with someone who is equal to you. Okay, you guys move in sync. You walk side by side. It's not a master-slave dynamic. It's more of a heartfelt soul connection. Okay. What else do you need to know about this? And then we'll do one more. You get it how you live it. That's what I'm getting with this person. They're so afraid. Like, I feel like this person would have loved to have a dynamic if they were secure enough. This person is insecure. This is why they always need to be in control or have the upper hand. They may use their emotions as a weapon, okay, to emotionally manipulate you, like the withholding of their emotions or using their emotions. They use them to manipulate you or to control a circumstance. Depending on what side you fall on. If you're an empath, then this would be someone who is more narcissistically prone. So they will withhold the very thing that you use to live, you know, off of, which is emotional response, emotional validation, okay, things like that. And it would be the reverse if, you know, it was the opposite. But with the King of Swords in reverse, this is someone who will be more prone to narcissism. Like detachment for the purposes of intentionally manipulating a situation, how you see yourself, how you see things, okay, gaslighting, changing your perspective, you know, mental manipulation as well. Spiritually woke. Okay, so this person is asleep. This could be their awakening. That's what I was going to say, is I feel like this is a matrix that this person has created. It's because of how they see life. Like they are not a cooperative component to the equality that can happen within a connection. This may be something that you've had often, or this is something that you crave and you try to create. So when this person was, you know, more of like trusting you, or they were more pleased by you, or they felt as if you were pleasing them, or they felt, this could be someone that you allowed to feel like they had the upper hand because they needed to. So if that's what you did for this person, it created a scenario where they really believed that they were manipulating you and that they were getting you to be or do something that you didn't want to be or do. So they have a false sense of power and authority. So that's where the loss is coming from. I don't think they really lost anything. You just stopped pretending. You no longer saw this person as a worthy investment. There's no need for you to pretend that this person has more of an upper hand, or that this person is smarter than you, or that, you feel like you should, that you're less than this person, or like you should bend to this person's will. You don't see this person that way. You may have never saw this person that way. Honestly, this could have been an illusion that you created for this person so that they felt safe. Maybe to be more emotionally transparent, okay? Because that is something that you would need in this connection. I'm definitely getting, likely if you're a water sign, you move off of empathy, your soul connections, your relationships. There has to be a heartfelt dynamic to it, okay? And with this person, the only way to get them to become that, to like expose their underbelly, is to make them feel as if they have the upper hand. Okay, so this person feels like they lost something, but what they lost is it's an illusion. This person is getting back what they believe. They thought that they had like this master slave dynamic over you. So now that's what's happening to them. But it's a mental cage that this person is in. They haven't awakened to it yet. They're not out of it yet. But it feels like that could possibly be what's happening, is at some point they'll have no choice. Because this person is continuing to try to attack you, or their intention is, even if they're not doing it on purpose, it could be their inability to release certain things or to stay aware of certain things. This could be someone who has freed themselves from the same kind of, I would call this narcissistic abuse, but the same thing that they're doing to you is something that they have freed themselves from. Like they're a survivor of it too. They say hurt people hurt people. So this person was hurt in this way. This is the dynamic that has played out in their life. It probably goes back to how this person was raised. But anyway, or like their lineage, it could be, we all have curses in our family that we have to break. So this could be one that this person was meant to break. They may have broken it for themselves, but they continue to use that as a way to manipulate, confuse, and dominate other connections. So they've continued to perpetuate the same damage that happened to them is what they're trying to do to you, okay? Yeah, it says self-limiting beliefs. They don't see another way. This person does not believe in just like unity, peace, people just being good because they want to, doing right because they want to, being able to trust openly, to love freely, like unconditional love and forgiveness. This person has maybe not experienced a lot of that, so they don't believe in it. They don't believe in it. And if this is someone you had a connection with, or you were in a relationship with, if this is a past person, that is likely the whole reason for the breakdown in your connection, is because this person could not accept that, believe in that, or execute that. So even if you did, it would not be received well by this person. Even if you were to be open, even if you were to forgive freely, even if you were to like, I don't know, live and let live. If you were to be that way with this person, they can't see it, so they would not believe it. So this may be someone that you have been, it's not safe. That's what I was going to say. They're trying to break down your boundaries. They want you to be more open to them, emotionally, to not be so guarded. But with this person, it's not safe until they break out of this mental cage that they're in. They're in some kind of spiral of fear. So the only thing that they would do is attack you. So if you've been guided to have certain boundaries here, if you've been guided, even if this is someone that you have love for, but you've been guided to, pretty much detach from the emotional aspects of it, or to conquer how you feel about it, like in order to protect your confidence and protect this light that you're in currently, because it is a powerful energy and everybody deserves to have, you know, total dominance over themselves and their reality. So this is someone who wants to dominate your mind. This is not okay. They're trying to dominate your mind, dominate your feelings, and essentially dominate your life. So they don't have that right. They never had that right. Just because, even if this was the Ten of Pentacles, this could have been a marriage, or you could work for this person or something like that, or it's a family member. I don't care who the fuck they are. Even in a marriage, you are your own person. You have to be. You have to be. And especially if the connection is broken or if the connection is over, you definitely get to have all rights to you and your life. So this person is playing a game that they cannot win. And the only way they would is if you were to let them in emotionally, if you were to allow them to connect with you or attach to you, if you were to allow or to believe, if you were to walk in, because that's what they're doing with the King of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords. This person is attacking you mentally to try to get you to buy. They're trying to draw you out of this stoic space where they can't read you. They need to get you emotionally vulnerable so that they can execute whatever their plan is. But it's not safe for you to become open to them until they let go of this scenario. So what they're getting is a reflection of who they're trying to be to you. It's not working on you, but it is working on them because they're a cooperative component to it. So a changed mind is a changed life. I really don't feel like you have anything to do with this. If this person changed their mind, they can change their life. This person is under the assumption that you are in control of things and you are controlling their life. But if they would stop trying to control yours, they would not feel that way. You get it how you live it. You live it how you get it. So yeah, that's how they got it, and somebody has to break the pattern. You already broke the pattern. This person could, like I said, they could follow you out of this situation, but they're choosing not to. We have swept up, head over heels, falling in love, and intense emotions. So this may be someone who actually, that's crazy, but I think this person is in love with you. They're just very pessimistic, not trusting. They have trust issues. They're pessimistic, and that may be their fear of love. Okay, is that love is just a tool, something that can be used to dominate. This person may actually have trouble being open and loving without going into this like childlike quality. Like they feel like they lose all sense of self. Okay, so that means this person is prone to falling in love, but not actually building love. Love is something that is built brick by brick. It takes commitment. It takes determination. It takes work. It takes self-awareness. It takes awareness of others. It takes acceptance. Okay. Yeah, we have dirty money in reverse. Hey, you. What's up? You feeling better? Yeah. Good. I'll be done in a second. So with dirty money in reverse, your love for this person is pure, but they're not used to that. So the love that you have, the love that you are, this person doesn't believe in. This is, okay. It's like somebody who wants, wine and dine. They want a connection with you. They want a courtship with you. They want to consistently date you, romance and passion. If this is your ex, or this is someone you were in a relationship with, or you had a family with, they want this dynamic with you. But what they're asking for from you is something that you are capable of giving to them, but they don't believe in it. So they can't receive it. This is just a cycle that just needs to be broken. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen here. There's really nowhere for this connection to go. This is like the end of the road here. Yeah, we have receipts. Also, like with this person, you're too aware of the grievances that this person, like they've left fingerprints all over the place. I feel like the evidence still is currently coming in. Guilty is charged and exposed. This person is being exposed to you on levels that they're not even able to tap into. So there's too much information. You have an overload of information. And this reading is just another confirmation for you of why you may be emotionally detached from this individual and not letting them in. So, you know, I feel like that's all you're going to get is awareness of how to outwit or defeat this person in your life. And it's because this is what they're trying to do to you. Their intention is to outwit you or to deceive you. So they keep coming in and spirit keeps slapping their ass and sending them right back the fuck up out of here. All right, what else, spirit? What's the tea or coffee? 5 of Wands, arguments, gossip, messy situations, something just came out. The Hermit. So there's gossip, there's a lot of chatter, a lot of talk, a lot of conflict. It could be within a group here, a family group or a friend group, or some kind of group situation, and someone feels isolated from the group. They're feeling lonely, secluded, and they may feel they're afraid. It says antisocial and restricted. 5 of Swords, competition, battle. Somebody is like there is chaos that is surrounding them. They're surrounded by chaos. 10 of Wands in reverse. That's freedom from some kind of responsibility, which is bringing someone happiness. We have the Sun. There could be a Leo here or a Virgo. An Aquarius or a Libra that is liberating themselves from some kind of chaotic situation. They could have become aware of a conflict or some kind of chaos that was sent to them on purpose. This person was aware of it before it even happened. So the 5 of Swords is conquering or being ahead of something. Okay. Someone is defeated here, and you let something go. You just let it go. Like you just dropped it. If this was an argument or this was, you know, somebody wanted to go back and forth with you about something or someone saw something differently, you're no longer proving yourself. You're no longer doing extra. You're not trying anymore, or you don't care anymore. You've released the burden. It feels like you're happy, you're free. Your optimism is returning to you. This could have been very draining mentally and emotionally. So this was draining your energy. It's like an energy trap. And you just released all of it. So I feel like that's how you won. You won because you released it. It's not even, you had a victory, but it doesn't even look like you took any pleasure in the victory. Your pleasure is in being released from this situation altogether. This connection or this situation was burdensome for you. The dynamic with this person or just the energy that they carry, it was burdensome for you. So your fun, your excitement, the things that made you successful, the things that made life light, the things that ignited your inner child, that made you smile, that make you happy, it's outside of this situation, which is why you let it go. Whether that's a person, a scenario, or a whole group of people. Yeah, King of Pentacles, you are solid and stable regardless of whatever this is. And it feels like that's what all the gossip is about. How you got to be who you are, how you got where you are, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, we have Justice and we have Justice and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So the conflict or the conversation is basically about why, like, do you deserve something? That's crazy. The universe already cast judgment and literally like paid out. This is like if it was legal and it was in court, the judge has already made the decision and the settlement has already been paid out. Like the situation has already been finalized, but there's like conversation. Somebody wants to argue with you about something that's already done and over with. They feel as if you didn't work for it, or they feel like you don't deserve it. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, like they could feel like they deserve it. They put the work in for it. Yeah, the argument and conflict is about who you are, who you be currently. There is no argument about who you are. This is probably why you let this go, because what point does it make to argue over what already is? It's already manifest. It's already done. Even if this is you and you're leaving behind this mindset or this temperament where you, like a behavior pattern, where you would go back and forth with yourself about who you are. It's already manifest. You are who you are. If you like it, continue it. Be confident about it. If you don't, change it and then continue the changes and be confident about it. This is not rocket science. This is like common sense here. What's the Hermit? This is why this is coming out for someone. So if someone is feeling lonely, isolated, paralyzed by fear, restricted, and they feel as if this is your fault, this is their fault. Because all it takes is for you to accept who you are and decide if it's working for your life. Change it or don't change it, but it is what the fuck it is. It can't be what it ain't. Like, what? What's the Hermit in reverse? That's crazy. Yeah, Judgment. Okay, that may be what it is. This person is aware of who you are, but I guess who you are, they feel as if it exposes something about them that's unfavorable. They feel like they're under judgment, like they're in a hot seat because of who you're being. With the King of Pentacles energy, you could actually be somebody very grounded, very mature, someone they feel like you're stable, you're solid. They're like, they don't feel like they have an end with you. You're not like, it's different with earth signs. It's different. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo likely is who you are. So if you were a fire sign, it would be a lot more easy to maybe get you to think that you were moving irrationally, or if you were in that energy. Maybe you aren't an earth sign, but you're moving in that energy. Because if you were more in a fire energy, they could say, oh, you're driven by your passions or your desires, or you're reckless, or you're impulsive, or you're doing things too quickly or too fast, or, you're not thinking. If you're a air sign, they could say like, oh, you're flighty, or you're all over the place, or what with air signs? You're being too strict, you're being too rigid, you're overthinking things. Okay, you're not in your right mind. Even if it was the cups energy, they would say, oh, you're over emotional, you're just being emotional, you're irrational. You're moving based off of whims and emotions and fairy tales and things of this sort. But you are coming through in this very grounded, and I mean really grounded energy. Like, kind of like you lived in the streets your whole fucking life. That's how you're coming up, as if you are wise, but a different kind of wisdom. It's the wisdom of experience. You have lived this before. Whatever it is, you've done this before. Something is coming through as if you are very well seasoned. Like, I don't know how old you are, but you're coming through as somebody who probably, like, the kind of you don't really question people in their 60s. Let's put it like that. Whoever that person is choosing to be, you know that they have lived 60 years on this earth. So whoever they're choosing to be is because that's exactly who the fuck they want to be. They know exactly what they're doing. They know why. And you can either get with it or get the fuck on. That's really the energy that I get off of 60-year-olds. I've always looked up to them. I feel like they get it's like they're out of the people pleasing and showing up for the world stage. They're showing up for themselves. They're living comfortable lives. They're likely like retired and kind of just free doing their own thing. A lot of them have been divorced, so it's like a whole new, they're like the new 30s. Um, or they're like really settled in their ways, and they're kind of like, you know, that generation that I feel like we're missing, that real big mama, big papa, that real great grandmother, great grandfather type of energy. That's what 60-year-olds, like, they carry that for me. And sometimes it's like a whole clusterfuck of all of it, you know. They can run with the 30-year-olds. You love to be around them. They're the hype, okay? And they're just so authentic and raw. And you just eat up their life experience. You eat up their wisdom. And they're so like clear, you know, they just have this awareness of all of what they've lived and who they are currently. Like, all of their senses and their mental faculties are still intact. Like, I don't know, it's just a really great time period, that 60, 70. Oh, it's just a really nice time period. Just really solid, you know. Life is solid. They live good, they eat good, they have a good time, they look good, they feel good, it feels good to be around them. It feels safe and secure, but at the same time, it's not boring or mundane. It's always changing. They're vibrant. This is just a really good time period. Yeah, I would say maybe even 50s, as early as the 50s to, you know, the 70s. But that all would depend on how much life you live. Some of you, like I said, you could be ahead of your years, or I said that in the last spread. But yeah, same difference with the King of Pentacles. You could just be ahead of your time. You could be ahead of your time. But anyway, there's something here that you're revealing, and they feel like it's revealing something about them that's putting them in an unfavorable light. They feel like things are coming to light and they're under fire. Seven of Swords in reverse. There's no self-deception. You didn't even deceive this person. You were not moving maliciously. That's why this person, they're defeated. The Five of Swords to the Seven of Swords in reverse. This person tried to deceive you. They were deceived themselves, and they tried to deceive you, and the deception came out, and now they're defeated. That's what this is about. The Lovers here, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So maybe what came out is that this person left you first, or you left them first. You left them first. Okay. So maybe this is someone who's trying to tell a story or create a scenario where they were they decided to end a connection. Why does anybody care? If it's over, it's over. And if both of you have let it go, it's mutual. So who cares? But I guess it mattered here. It mattered here. Because this has to do with love, partnerships, harmony, unity, and values. Even the feeling that you all were made for each other. Maybe that you were a spiritual, like you were spiritual counterparts. You know, this could even been someone that felt like you were their twin flame. You were their divine masculine. You were their divine feminine, or they are yours, or something like that. But your ability to just walk away from this connection with the Ten of Wands in reverse, like you just walked away from this responsibility, you walked away from this connection. It was easy for you. You feel unburdened by it. You're better after the fact. They cannot run the scenario that they were this divine counterpart to you. Or even if they were a twin flame, they can't sell the storyline that they were a divine twin flame. Because a twin flame, literally, look, if it don't reach divine heights, you don't want it. You don't want it, because it goes through all of the karmic contracts that you've already been through your whole entire life. So it's going to take you through the toxic and the karmic cycles. And if it only stays in toxic and karmic cycles, with a twin flame, you can't get them out of your brain. You can't get them out of your energy. You can't get them out of your heart space, because you share a soul space. And once you come to a certain place of awakening, that energy is yours. So you have no choice but to learn how to integrate that energy and pretty much survive those cycles. But if you have one and you're aware of them, and it never reaches a divine timeline, that's not anything you want to like ask for. So to whoever this person is, that's the light that's being shed. Is it doesn't matter if they were your twin flame or not. If you are better as a result of not being in a connection with them, then the connection was just as bad as any other karmic or toxic connection. Matter of fact, it was worse. The level of ascension that you have to go through to get out of that connection, or to graduate that connection to a point where it doesn't affect your life on a daily basis, like the extra work is insane. Everybody running around, oh, I got a twin flame, or I want to have a twin. Yeah, okay, until you actually are in the journey. It does have positive aspects to it, but it feels like a whole lot of extra work that you've never had to do before in your life. So a lot of times you can end up wishing that you never even knew you had one, or you never met them, because that's when that ascension starts. Like, that's when everything starts to break apart and things start to recalibrate and change. You can think of it as the dynamics between Hancock, okay, the movie Hancock. Think about that movie, and it's like you're trying to live your life, you're trying to move on, you're trying to have this separate dynamic, because that connection, it does something to you. It's like you've never been affected by another human being so strongly. It's literally a situation that if it's not going to be the highest potential of it, you just don't want it at all. You wish it didn't exist. So somebody is trying to sell that storyline, or they're upset, or they're like trying to compete with you, and get you to show up a different way, deceive you or deceive someone else to who you are, okay, and all of this because they want to sell a certain storyline. It don't look good for them. Like, the light is not good for them. As a matter of fact, they probably would, to just leave this situation alone and turn the lights off, that would look better for them than to try to say that they were your divine counterpart, or they were your twin flame. The fact that your life is better outside of this connection with them, it's just they're putting this light on themselves. This is another situation here of somebody, it feels like they're in conflict with you. Could be multiple people all angry at you, when honestly, they need to be looking at themselves. They're the ones putting this light on themselves because of the story they're trying to tell. All right, the sun, yeah, this person, they're coming up as the opposite of you. It's the King of Pentacles in reverse. So this is saying a lot here. Divine counterparts, and I'm not, we don't have to be specific. Soulmate, divine counterparts, high level spiritual soulmates. They play their roles in a relationship or a connection. I don't care if you're male, male, female, 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 male. There has to be a masculine energy and a feminine energy. This person tries to play the exact same role that you play. So you play your role with the King of Pentacles in the upright. You know your role in life. You know your role in relationships. You may have a very traditional standard for how relationships should go. So likely you're heterosexual. Okay. And you believe that the male should play the masculine role and the female should play the feminine role. So I don't know if you've been dating outside of your awareness, or your actual, I guess I would call your foundation. So people who they share a different belief, or they don't have beliefs on it at all. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So they may just be trying to do whatever works for them. But what works for them is not the natural counterpart to you. It defies the natural laws of divine connections as you would see them to be, with the Lovers and the King of Pentacles. If you're a male, you play the masculine role, period, and your female is a fucking feminine. If you're a female, you play the feminine role, period, and your man should be a fucking masculine. But this person likes to play your role. It's the King of Pentacles in reverse. They're your exact opposite, and they likely may feel within connections that they prefer to play the opposite role. So this would be you trying to be a whole female and wanting your man to be a whole male, but they like to play the feminine energy, which means that they will come off to you as more of a female in a relationship. And if that's not something that you like or something that you crave, the connection will fall. That is not your divine counterpart. Your divine counterpart, that means you have the same soul essence. You have the same foundation internally. You see your roles the same. That's a harmonious union. That means you're evenly yoked. Okay, it's natural. This breakdown, they cannot be. It just cannot be. So anyway, you detached and walked away, and this is what's being seen about them. It's not so much about the role that they wanted to play. If you're a male and they wanted to be a male too, or they wanted to play the masculine role and cast you into a feminine one, or they wanted to play the feminine role and cast you into the masculine one, as a female, they want you to be masculine, whatever. It doesn't matter. In the long run, you would have to give up your soul. You would have to give up your truth. You would have to give up what makes you you in order to play the role that this person wants you to, and to be happy about it. So they are not your spiritual counterpart. Spiritual counterpart is like, oh, it's harmonious union. It's like, wow, it's the other side that I've been looking for my whole entire life. We talk about equality a lot, and that's very important, that you understand that mentally and emotionally you can be equivalent to one another. There has to be a certain respect, but there is also a different aspect of a connection where there is reverence and respect for someone who can embody the energy that they were dominantly created to be, especially with the King of Pentacles energy. The foundation is female, feminine, male, masculine. That's the foundation for whoever this person is that they're dealing with. Maybe they didn't know that about them, but that is what they're dealing with. Maybe you didn't even know that about you if this is you, but this is what you have awakened to, and that's likely why you disconnected from this person, or why that connection just doesn't work for you, because it continues to try to push you into an energy that you dominantly do not even believe you should be playing. You don't feel like you should be acting like no freaking female. You don't feel like you should be acting like no freaking male. You're very comfortable with playing the role that you were conditioned to believe is natural. And it actually comes naturally to you. So your authenticity is what this person rejected. And their inauthenticity, or their unwillingness to adhere to what you see as the traditional standard for like a happy marriage or a happy relationship, is what you walked away from. So yeah, this person is happy to get out of this situation, because even if they, like, it would be better to be on your own. If someone wants you to play the male role and you're a female and you want to play the female role, you would actually be better on your own. Especially if you are spiritually in tune, because God can be the man for you in your life. Even if you're a male and you're with a female who wants to play a masculine role, they want to be the man, they want to wear the pants. If that is not what makes you comfortable, you would actually be better on your own. And guess what? God could be your female. As a matter of fact, the whole world can be your man. The whole world can be your woman. These are aspects, or the other side of you, that will become like a complement to you. They would be in service of you as long as you were in service of them. So you could have this reciprocal dynamic with spirit, with God, with the universe, with the whole group of friends, with the whole group of family. Like, you can surround yourself with people who will play their roles if the person you're in a connection with would not. Like, you would be better off outside of that connection than to be in a connection where you are pushed into a space that does not feel like, it doesn't feel safe to you, it doesn't feel right to you, it's not fulfilling, doesn't make you happy, it actually blocks out the light. So somebody is happier ever since they got out of this connection. It twisted and distorted what their actual foundation and belief was. This is why there was instability. You probably had instability on a mental, emotional, and a physical level because you were trying to be something that you don't even believe you should be. This is just an unevenly yoked connection, really. But somebody is trying to sell a certain dynamic, and they're upset about the light that they're being seen in, when really it just feels like both of you should be giving thanks because you get to be free. You get to be who you really want to be. You know? There's no judgment on this channel. But if you want to be a feminine, even if you're a man and you want to play a feminine role and you don't like men, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be gay, but you want to play more of the feminine role, then you need to find a female who believes that she wants to be in a masculine role. It would fit, like, I mean, it's energy. It's energy. It's like trying to put two batteries. You can't put both negative and both positive together and expect for it to work. It just doesn't work that way. Even if you're a same-sex connection, you need one person to be in feminine energy, one person to be in masculine energy, because they work together in perfect harmony. Ebony and ivory roll together in perfect harmony. Okay, you need an engine and a transmission, not two engines and not two transmissions to get the car to run. It just don't work. It just doesn't work. You got two masculines. Where's the heart? Where's the love? Where's the nurturing? You got two feminines. Where's the structure? Where's the discipline? Where's the control? Like, you know, where's the stability? Where's the protection? Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know what somebody is looking for there, but none of that makes sense. What else? One more. We have repo, default on payments, financially incapable, and repossessed assets. Someone could be losing a home, or someone could be losing some kind of asset, a vehicle, a home. Let's see. Spiritually woke is in reverse. So, yeah, I think this is physical. Someone's losing something physically here. Fed up, over it, not having it, and frustrated. Someone could be leaving, letting us go. I mean, it says repossess, but honestly, this could be someone giving up something or letting something go. Really, it could be that spiritually they feel like something is no longer for them. So their desire for it is what is being rooted out of their heart. So someone could feel as if they had a desire for something physically, but it is being stripped or taken away from them. So now they're getting fed up with it. It may be a burden or a situation where they felt like they had to, you know, deal with this. They had to continue this. They had to keep up with this, but they're stressed out. They're frustrated, and their soul no longer even wants to be there. Their soul, like, I mean, somebody's soul wants to be free. It's causing them mental anguish and emotional anguish because of what they're suffering or what they're having to continuously deal with or put up with. And this person is over it. Yeah, we have lust here. They have a deep desire for something different. This person could also feel that this situation is keeping them stuck to someone who has an insatiable desire. Insatiable desire for them to do this for them, or to, like, someone wants something more than this person does. Okay, so if this is a home, if this is a vehicle, if this is a contract, if this is a business, somebody wants it more than another, and the person who no longer wants this is getting fed up. They're getting stressed out. They also see the person that is pretty much, they feel like they're bound to a situation because of one person, and they see this person as inconsiderate. So there's tension and strife here. This could be within a household. Like y'all could live together. So somebody is keeping something going that somebody does not want to keep going. We also have someone could be in love with someone else. They have a deep desire for someone else, head over heels, falling in love with intense emotions. So they could feel as if, like, it's almost like praying that this situation is over. Praying that something is, something comes to an end. And then you have someone praying against it. Someone praying that it stays. Someone praying that it continues. All right. Who's going to wear the shoes here? Who's going to put on the pants? Somebody has to take control of this dynamic. Because I feel... Let me get one more card. I feel as if both of you could actually be stressed, depending. Because it looks like both of you, you want... I don't know, you or them, somebody wants, it's equal. Somebody wants this to end just as much as someone wants it to continue. This is a cycle that you're in too. This is a cycle. And it is surrounding, it's surrounding probably somebody that you're living with currently, but the Nine of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck, so I don't feel like this is someone that you're in a relationship with or even like attached to. You're not attached to them mentally, emotionally, and you may not be dependent on them financially either. So, or they may not even be dependent on you or not able to be dependent on you. So this should be an easy fix. Okay, I'm not really, but let's see. One more card. I was just trying to see how balanced it is. Like, does somebody already have more of an upper hand? Is that why? One more card here on the repo side. Clarify repo. Receipts. Evidence. Guilty as charged and exposed. All right. Whoever wants something to continue, they're afraid of what will be seen if it does not. They feel like they will be guilty or seen as guilty of something. They feel as if their motives and intentions for entering this connection or this cycle with you will be seen. They will be guilty as charged, and the evidence would be like mind-bending. Like there would be no way for them to escape that. Someone feels like the ending of something would be like a mark on their soul, not like a mark in their life. They never have to talk about it or open up about it. It's not something... Things happen all the time physically, so it's not going to be a big deal. But they feel as if this is going to create a mark on their energy. Like there will be a certain awareness. Okay, if something is to end. Okay, but it feels like... the both of these individuals, if this is two people, even if you're married, or I said there's no connection though, so if you are married, maybe you aren't really together. There's no codependency. That's what I want to say. There's no codependency. It feels like the two of you operate independently. But you both are invested in this situation. One of you wants out of it and one of you wants to stay in it. But both of you are not awakened spiritually. So nobody has really taken control of the situation or accepted that they have the power to change the situation. Instead, everybody's just stressed and over it and frustrated. So there's a lot of focus on the problem, but there is no focus on the solution. It's kind of like hoping that maybe the situation will be taken out of their hands. Okay, like it will happen naturally instead of someone just taking control of the reins and doing what the fuck they want to do. These readings are for grown-ups, so it's not like a child that doesn't want a situation to end and an adult that does. It's like you're not arguing with a child. You guys are adults. So somebody needs to stand up, somebody needs to wear the pants, and somebody needs to make a decision. And everybody else is going to dance to the beat of your tune. But somebody has to wake up. This is not, or you can just wait and you can let life happen to you, but then that's going to create a whole cycle of life happening to you where you don't get to control anything. You're out of control of everything. Things are always happening to me. I'm a victim, but you don't have to be. King of Pentacles in reverse, I'm trying to tell you. But somebody feels, okay, so there's someone who has fear of that. They don't want to be seen as incapable. They don't want to be seen as, someone who cannot deal with the situation anymore, or is unable of paying for something anymore. They don't want to be seen in that way. But if it's the truth, then it is. And you can take, anyway, that's not, let me shut up. We had a 10 of cups. Oh, okay. This may be what it's okay. So I feel as if there is somebody here who deeply wants a happy and unified connection. They still have a desire for it. They still feel as if the connection can be revamped. So they want to hold on to it. Their fear is being seen in a light that they are not capable of creating something, but they are living a fantasy. They're living a fantasy. It's like they're pretending that something is what it needs to be. So if the physical situation, if they were to let that go, then it's again too much of this. I'm about to get out of this. What you running from, Liam? It's too much. What is he laughing at? All of this is about somebody just afraid of what, man, you could let fear just run your whole entire life. You can let fear run your whole entire life. There's something here, your awareness, if this is you and you have a fear of what will be seen about a situation if you were to lose something, I feel as if you're the only person that can change this for you. Either you can do what you have to do and do it for a real and realistic reason, but if you're trying to do it for this person doesn't even want to be here. They want to walk away, so it doesn't make sense to do it for them, but you could do it for you if you really wanted to. And if it makes more sense to let this go because what you're trying to hold on to is some kind of flight of fancy, it really isn't, logical, reasonable, or even attainable for you. Like, it doesn't make you feel safe and secure, or it doesn't make you feel stable and solid, but it helps you to keep up a front of being stable and solid. Like, the fronts don't work. I mean, I'm learning more and more. I've been watching YouTube that there is like a kind of like a economic crisis. I guess it always has been, but it seems like it's a little more prevalent. One thing I know for sure is the price keep going up on stuff all the damn time. So to be comfortable and to feel stable about what you're living and to live it with someone who wants to live it with you is the best outcome that you can ask for. But to try to pretend and try to hold it, like, why are y'all still doing that? Okay, because the devil is here and the Eight of Swords is in reverse. So attachment to fear and an addiction to keeping up fronts. Someone just has an addiction to keeping up fronts, limiting beliefs about how they'll be seen or where their respect comes from. So someone may feel that their respect or that their reputation, like, that they're only respected and revered for the things that they have materially, for what they look like or what they have on the outside. They're not seeing the value in who they are as an individual. I'm here to tell you, babe, it don't work. It don't work. It's so much insight I could give here, but I don't feel like getting into it. I'm sorry. All I can say is what I've already said. Get out of your head and get out of other people's heads. Honestly, this is a situation where you need to follow your heart because that's where God is. And I feel as if you work through these emotional issues that you're having, because that's what it is. It's like a fear Fear is an emotion. You have an emotional attachment to something because you're afraid of, what's beyond it or how it's going to look on you. You need to heal that fear first. And once you do that, you'll be able to hear God, or you'll be able to hear your higher self. If you don't believe in God, you will be able to hear a higher perspective. You can have a perspective shift, which will really help you out of this. What's spiritually woke in reverse? Yeah, somebody needs to wake up. They're asleep and they're worried about the wrong things. That may not even be your truth. Eight of Swords in reverse came back out. Yes, this situation, someone is allowing this situation to turn them into like a victim. Someone who's paralyzed by insecurity, trapped by fear. That's not really who you are. You're actually someone who is hopeful, someone who's very aware, someone who easily releases things that no longer serve them. But right now you're stuck in limited beliefs. Your desire for something that cannot be is what is keeping you from letting go of something that already isn't. The only card here that's in the upright, the only cards over here that are in the upright is receipts, repo, and the Ten of Cups. So pretty much whatever you were hoping for in this situation, you didn't even put in to get it. You weren't even fully and totally invested. You stopped putting in, you stopped giving to it, rather, because for some of you, you just didn't have it. With the King of Pentacles in reverse, you didn't have the finances. You didn't have the money to put into it. But this also means you didn't put in the effort. You didn't put in the work. You weren't committed. You didn't, you didn't use your resources. You didn't communicate. Like there was some kind of, you were not invested while still trying to be invested. It's like you physically, financially pulled away, but emotionally you were totally invested in it. So that's just an illusion, and it was bound to break down because the foundation of it was not sound. And you already are aware of this. Evidence, guilty as charged and exposed. You know why something didn't work. You know why something couldn't be. You knew what you didn't do, what you weren't capable of doing, and what you did not choose to do, and you knew the repercussion of it. So the only thing that you're doing right now is keeping yourself stagnant because you don't want to awaken to it and deal with it. So you're stuck, but it feels like you're stuck. But whoever this is, they're the person that's keeping themselves stuck, or you're keeping yourself stuck. What's fed up? The Lovers. Yeah, if this is a romantic connection, the other person doesn't want the connection anyway. It really feels as if the other person wants out of it. The other person wants it to break down. You guys are not on the same page. So it can't stay anyway. It was going to destabilize no matter what. Even if you didn't lose your job, even if you paid every single bill on time, even if you did everything that you were supposed to, it was still held up by shits and giggles. Like, it was just held. The only thing that's holding this together is someone's wishing and hoping. Wishing and hoping is not enough if you ain't gonna do the other stuff. Yeah, someone wants out of this, and they've already had a perspective shift. The person here does not feel stuck. As a matter of fact, they could be staying in this situation out of arrogance, like they really don't want to move. They could feel like they want you to move. They could see that you're incapable of doing something, and they really just want you to let it go and walk away. This could be someone. It also says that they're resistant to spiritual influences. So neither one of you want to talk to your higher self. Neither one of you want to listen to God. Both of you want to take things into your own hands. Nothing wrong with that, but it does feel like you're allowing something like a situation to run your life or control your life instead of you controlling the situation. It also feels as if there's somebody here who, the person who wants out of this situation, or they want this other person to move out or get out or whatever, this person is in love with someone else. They're lusting after another situation. Their desire is actually to be somewhere else or to be with someone else. So even them staying in this situation, even if they were to ask you to leave or they wanted you to leave, they really don't want to be there either. Like, neither one of you really want to be where you are, but it's weird. One person just feels like they have no choice, they're stuck, and the other person is trying to hold on to something that doesn't even exist anymore. So really, for this individual though, it just feels like it's laziness on your part. You could just walk out of this, literally. It looks like it's already on its last leg. You could literally just walk out of this. You could be done with this. You know, you could accept the ashes, that eventually this is going to crumble and fall or burn. And you could, you know, take it as a lesson learned and move on. It looks like you want to move on anyway, so this is kind of like an answer to your prayer. I said that in the beginning, it feel like both of y'all just hoping that the universe would, you know, God would decide and just kind of make a decision for your life. It feel like it's already happening. If this repossession is already on, you know, underway, then the universe has already stepped in. You've already given up your rights to decide, so it's already happening. This would just be acceptance, and you could take this as, you know, a lesson learned and actually go after or start to do or accomplish what you truly want to. So that would be like a shift in your perspective, which would mean that you should be feeling more of this desire and this excitement energy that I'm getting with lust and swept up. Like, you should be so swept up in the excitement for what you are going to do, for what is next for you, that you don't even have time to be fed up and stressed out and frustrated over what can't be anymore, because you're already letting go of that energy. I need you to see this, because why would you do this? Why would you do this when this is how you really feel? Yeah, it's time to just put that fire out, put that flame out, let it go. Okay? And really, that's really all you need, is a shift in your perspective. Probably for both of you, you know, somebody needs to accept the reality of something and accept the truth. And then another person here, you just need to set yourself free and be happy. Change your perspective. You know, stop looking at the situation that is frustrating you. And you know what could be frustrating you? This other person's inability to see or leave or deal with or move on. But you giving your attention to this individual is what is stressing you out. It's what's draining you. It's what's keeping you from your true perspective, which is that you are free. You have all of this excitement. You have all of this desire. You have all of this good energy. And for some of you, this could be leaving one connection and moving into another. But if the new connection is your solution and the past situation is the problem, it is time for you to focus on the solution so the solution can manifest. Otherwise, you're focused on the problem and all you're going to see is a bunch of problems. That negativity will just create more. It's going to regenerate more of that same energy and that same dynamic. Okay, but it feels like there's a breakthrough here. So there is somebody who is getting themselves out of this situation. They already have had a perspective shift. They know what they desire. They know what they're dealing with and what they don't want to deal with going forward. They could already be in love or ready to spark a situation. For some of you, this person is lighting a flame. So this may be a situation that hasn't even started yet, but they have a deep desire to get it started. And I feel like that's what they're going to do. They're rejecting this past situation. They're also rejecting this energy of feeling like they need to be frustrated over it, or that they need to go through some kind of emotional upheaval. Instead, they're seeing their situation as a breakthrough. They are excited or passionate about their new goals. They're finding a new direction in life, moving forward, taking action, and passionate about the action they're about to take. So, yeah, somebody's energy is great in this situation, and somebody just needs to let it go. It's like they're keeping up a show that everything is great, but it's okay if it's not. You know, it does look like some things are not going right. It's okay to accept reality and what you currently have going on in life. That's what's going to help you to fix it or turn it around. But neither one of you will benefit from staying in this frustrated, fed up energy, or even staying with someone that you feel fed up with, or, you know, frustrated by. It's just not, you know, you can leave it to God, and you know what God's going to do? Separate you two. Same way you would your children. If they fighting and acting a goddamn fool with each other, okay, you go over there and you go over there. I'm not just about to let y'all sit around and keep fighting with each other or keep going back and forth and disturbing the peace of everybody. No, you go there, you go here. So whether you do it or your heavenly Father got to do it, it's going to happen. It'll happen. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here. I just saw the red flag energy. So for some of you, this may not even, you may have already gotten yourself out of this situation. It's not a situation it has nothing to do with you. So don't get drawn into it with that red flag energy. Okay. Cuffing season, single, ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, and on the hunt. So yeah, I feel like both of you should actually be in that energy. If this is a relationship, both of you should be excited at the very least about being set free. It feels as if both of you are ready for a committed, you know, connection, and one that you can have in reality. Okay, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here. Leave this energy here. And I will see you guys in the next live. Bye.